So we've been asked to find out the indirect utility function for a given direct utility function, which is u equals to x1 plus x2. So remember this, that direct utility function, they're always in terms of consumption of commodities, direct consumption of commodities, while indirect utility function, that is indirect utility function, they're always in terms of income in prices. Okay, so your u x1 x2 and this is vmp. So from the direct utility function, you have to go towards indirect utility function. I'll assume this that you guys have an idea of how to derive the Marshall and demand functions for a given utility function. If you don't, please go back and have a look at the relevant topic. So we know this very well that I'll just write Marshall and demand functions for you guys. So P1 is less than P2. I'm deriving the for X1. So this is M by P1. You are consuming all of X1. If P1 is greater than P2, you're not consuming anything of X1 and you're consuming all of X2. If P1 is equal to P2, so you'll be, consuming anything between 0 to M by P1, that is all of x1 or all of x2 or some convex combination of x1 or x2. So you'll be substituting back these into your demand functions, your direct utility function. So you just have to substitute back, okay, substitute back Marshall and demand functions. Okay, you'll have to substitute back your Marshall and demand functions into direct utility function. So what is that? See, this is not going to be an easy substitution. This is going to be much more intuitive. Okay, this is going to be intuitive in the sense that what is your x1? X1, what you're going to do? So x1 could be at max equals to m by p1. Okay, and it could be equal to 0. X2 also could be at max be equal to m by p1 or it could be equal to 0. So at max it'll be like this, m by p1 comma m by p2. You can, it'll be somewhat like this, whatever it is. Okay, it will be within these two extremes only. Remember this is going to be within these two extremes only. Could be the case that m by p1 is equal to m by p2, that again your answer could be either m by p1 or m by p2. It could be the case that m by p1 is greater than m by p2 or m by p2 is greater than m by p1 or whatever. Okay, so and remember this, that the reason I've written max is because your utility is always maximized. Okay, this is always in terms of maximum, and remember this, that these are in terms of income and prices, and hence this is your VPM. We can even simplify it further by saying that in case if you take m common, then denominator would become min of p1 p2. Remember this, that there is no change between these two expressions. Okay, I've taken just m common. Now in order for this expression to actually reflect the similar positioning as the earlier one, we need to say this, that your denominator is less, okay, whichever is minimum, and hence that is going to be taken care of. And this again gives you another intuition that you will be buying a commodity which has a cheaper price, okay, which has a lesser price, and that's what you have done. So this is your VPM. Remember this, that there is no direct substitution which is happening. It is much more intuitive. Okay.